You know, I just I just wanted to talk about the Browns and how well, not surprisingly, not shockingly, about how they pissed me off and basically the state of the team. And the thing that's specifically pissing me off is the way that they're treating Shadur. And people on Twitter have said that fifth round picks don't get number one reps and all that. And I can see why. The difference is situation. The Browns are a team where they're in an all out quarterback battle with as many quarterbacks as they can. It's four, they just signed one, now it's five. So it's a different situation for a fifth round quarterback to be in the league for. And, you know, Joe Flacco had the most first team reps today, which, number one, doesn't make any sense because he's not even going to play in the preseason game on Friday. Second of all, Shadur is the one that's literally going to be starting, and Tyler Huntley's going to be playing as well. So shouldn't they be taking the bulk of it? Whatever. I heard he had a bunch of penalties, but but like Shadur just like I just want to see him get a chance. Like that's all I want, and like the whole like them wanting him to earn his chance is stupid because they've already given Dylan Gabriel first team reps. Like they're literally blackballing this guy. Like they're literally not giving him a chance. And in a team where you're in a quarterback battle, where you need all hands on deck, where like you don't know where this team's gonna go, the QB you signed literally fucked up your whole quarterback situation, and we all know how that's going. And he's gonna be out for the season. Now they're trying to get a guy. The only sure guy you have right now is Joe Flacco, who from the jump I expected to be the starter, and I think he will be the starter. So if I think Joe Flacco is going to be the starter, why am I so up in arms about the Shadur Sanders situation? Number one, in a team like this, in a situation like this, where you've made it clear that it's going to be a 4 QB quarterback competition, Joe Flacco said that he isn't there to mentor them. He said he's there to compete. You know, it's a full-on quarterback competition. Like, full on. So why is everybody else getting the same opportunities, but he isn't? You can't make sense with me about that. And you can't, like, say the fifth round stat line about how many first team reps they get because it's a completely different situation. It's a completely different situation. Okay, so you cannot bring up BS, previous reports, because this situation is really different. And, you know, I understand that they think Dylan Gabriel is their guy because they picked him first and they picked him over Shadur. Which, Dylan Gabriel, I gotta say, man, that was the only bad pick of day two. And the draft, I'm looking back on it with now more unhappiness. I kind of got over it, but now seeing all the training camp reports and seeing how the guys we could have had are doing, it's kind of rubbed me off the wrong way. because you know Travis Hunter, he's gonna be a stud. He's gonna be great. We passed on him, and Ashton Ginty, who who's gonna be a star player, who's definitely gonna be a star, is like we passed on him. And as an Ohio State fan, you trading out of a player I really wanted and then drafting a Michigan player, that's probably the most Browns thing that I've ever seen in my life. But no, like, I thought to myself after the day two, like, besides the Dylan Gabriel pick, I think we had the best haul day two, or so I thought until Quinshon Judkins news broke, which it's bad. It's really bad. It's sad to see. And you know, Travion Henderson, he's doing great. We passed on him, and sure he's going viral right now because he tried to get a girl's number, but he sent a picture there and there, and when he has a girlfriend. But I'll say this, cheating on your girlfriend is better than beating your girlfriend. I think we can all agree with that statement. Honestly, kind of shocked that they haven't given Quinshon a contract because, like, if you've seen that little 230 million fully guaranteed deal that they did with that guy, they seem to kind of like those players, but they're still waiting, I guess, on that pending situation. We might not even sign him, and now we're screwed because you have Jerome Ford as your starter, and Nick Chubb left for $2.5 million. And I'll repeat that again. He left for $2.5 million. You couldn't even match that? You couldn't even give him a better deal than that? Like, for God's sake. If you were not going to bring Nick Chubb back, you should have just picked Ashton Ginty right there. Like, you... Now I'm getting pissed. Because you have Myles Garrett, okay? I could understand you wanting to build help for him, but you could have done that in the later rounds. I'm just being honest. I could understand you thinking to yourself, like, okay, we traded back. There's a lot of good running backs. In the later rounds, we could pass on them. And at first it looked like it was a good decision. And now with him doing what he did, that how that's whole unfolding, it's now going to be a mistake, and it's going to be a really bad one to come, because passing on not only Travis Hunter but Ashton Ginty, if Mason Graham isn't good, this is going to be the move that gets Andrew Berry fired. That will be another mar on Andrew Berry. And, you know, like, the team is in such a weird place. Like I know, like, them asking about Arch Manning, if they're going to draft him, which in all honesty, unless he has, like, the best college football season ever, I think he's going to stay another year. Because honestly, that's probably what his family wants him to do. Just from, like, what Eli and Peyton did. Like, they stayed in college for a few years. They didn't leave immediately for the pros. But, you know, like, unless they're, like, awfully bad, like Johnny Manziel levels of bad, I don't think they're going to get rid of him. Maybe Shedeur, sadly, by the way they've been treating him. Just sad. It really is sad. Because this team's number one issue is quarterback, and now they they now have an inability to solve that because Joe Flacco might be salvable for a few weeks, but if he gets one big hit, he's gonna be done for the year. Probably done for his career too. But just sad. It's just pathetic too. But I will give them this though. Thank the football gods that we did not pick Jackson Dart or Tyler Schaub. Because man, I see nothing good in Jackson Dart. Like I see nothing special in him. When people were like hyping him up, I did not understand the hype at all. Like honestly, it was like he was this good quarterback from Ole Miss, Eli's alma mater. Oh, he's gonna be good. He's just gonna be another Daniel Jones, to be honest. And it's funny. Like, dude, when they traded up, I thought it was gonna be Shedeur because they did the most work on him. Like, you better remember, like Adam Schefter, like all the NFL reporters posted that the Giants did the most work with Shedeur. So it would make sense for them to pick Shedeur right there, but no, they took Jackson Dart. Which, yeah, the Giants the Giants are a mess of an organization too, and so are the Saints because the Saints are dumb as hell too. Because there were so much better options than Tyler Schaub. You could have taken Jalen Milroe. You could have taken Will Howard. Hell, anybody but the guy who went viral for his combine throw that was really bad, and his first year, freshman year, backed up big Justin Herbert in Oregon before the pandemic. Like, Kellen Moore, he was good in Philadelphia, but I don't know how he could salvage this. But yeah. But no, it's gonna be a long year. I already know it. It's gonna be a long year. The first game against the Bengals is gonna be really telling. But yeah. Let's talk about anything other than the Browns for a second. Twitter. Twitter is probably in the most boring state right now because I think we can all agree that most of sports Twitter, pretty much all of sports Twitter, is fiending for football to be back. And talking about Super Bowls, live tweeting games, live tweeting the Hall of Fame game. Yeah, everybody's pretty much fiending for football to be back, and it's definitely the time for that. And and then sooner and later we will literally despise our own teams unless you're a fan of the Eagles. Unless you're a fan of the Eagles and the Chiefs or the Ravens Bills, you won't really despise that much. But every other team, you will have a loss that'll piss you off to the point where you literally say you hate football. Now I'm just rambling on. But on social media, like Twitter is an hilarious app. It really is. And the whole Jaden Daniels. No, I'll get to that in a minute. But there are some Twitter accounts that just be straight lying, or just try to be banger hunting and get money, which I can understand why you like if you have a chance to get money, but you need to get high numbers, so you just replay the same old fucking tweet. It's understandable. But back to the Twitter user topic. Like, there are some Twitter users that literally lie through their teeth. And specifically, honest Broncos fan Braden. And you know why I'm calling you out right now. Because Patrick Mahomes is not a system quarterback. Okay, I can understand that you're biased. Okay, you're a Broncos fan. You hate the Chiefs. We all hate the Chiefs. I can understand why you don't like Patrick Mahomes, but you cannot tell me with a straight face that Patrick Mahomes is a system quarterback. I'm sorry, you just can't. That's just unworldly bias, and I can understand why. I've been biased before. I say Myles Garrett is better than T.J. Watt when TJ's probably better than him in most weeks. And then Miles is better in some weeks. So like I can understand where you're coming from, but that's kind of a ridiculous take if I'm being honest. But yeah. What else was I gonna talk about? Um like the whole Jada Daniels and his mom situation. Nah, wait, I had a brain for it. But the TJ Watt situation. The Not the situation. I'm just blabbering at this point, but TJ Watt TJ Watt signing with the Steelers back to him. I did not like it because of course TJ's a great player. Second best behind Myles Garrett. I will say either second behind Myles or at worst third behind Micah. But I didn't like it because because TJ is a great player and he's the best defensive player for the Steelers, no doubt. But yeah, saw a clip of 92.3 The Fan. One of them guys saying, "Oh, TJ losing defensive player." You're like, it's been like a year and a half, dude. Get the fuck over it. Like seriously, get over it. I've gotten over it. You could be mad at a guy for doing that. You can like call him out for being cheap. He wasn't in the right in that situation, but like come on, man. You can't like dismiss him for that situation alone when you cannot deny that he's a great player, please. And the funniest thing is, you look like a fat ass who was one cheeseburger away from getting a fucking cardiac arrest. But we don't need. But some people like who dismiss players for off field crap or like other incidents but are still really good for like bias or a rival team, that kind of pisses me off. But yeah, other Browns accounts need to stop being overly positive. Like for example, the Nick Carnes guy. Like be serious for once. Be serious. Like please, I beg of you to be serious for once. Like this is why I like talking about other teams than the Browns, because like the whole the Browns winning that wildcard game against the Steelers really fucked up our fans' minds into thinking that our success is better than the Steelers when Steelers all time still have 6 Super Bowls and we don't. Like people need to stop bullshitting. And like I can understand you being from Cleveland makes you want to talk about Cleveland sports mainly. But like I hate people who just like make their whole show about it. Like please, you could make a whole segment about the Browns. You could make a whole segment about like Carmen and Lima. Like I really like that. Like I really like them because on like Mondays they talk about the Browns game and then they move on to other stuff. That's what I want people to do. I want them to talk about the around the league. I want them to talk about how other teams are, how you feel about other teams, and all of that. Like you don't need to talk about Cleveland sports all the time. You don't need to talk about your hometown's team all the time. You don't. You cannot make that your whole persona. But it's just my opinion. You don't have to take it for a grain of salt at all. Because I'm just a 16-year-old sports fan who's heading into his junior year of high school. You don't have to take my opinion for shit. That's my opinion. But with that out of the way, back to the whole Jada Daniels thing that I was blabbering about. The funniest, I mean, necessarily, I don't have a problem with it. The whole Daniels thing with his mom, him being everywhere with him. Like, the funniest thing about that whole thing was that whole Juju Watkins thing. That's freaking hilarious. That was freaking hilarious. Necessarily, I don't have a problem with her. And you know, like some Twitter users, you can have your own opinion about it. But then I like straight up see like Real Mama Eagle talking about how like I'm not gonna say anything or something like that. I forgot what you exactly said. But it was something like I'm not gonna say anything about it or something like that. Like you don't have like 816.8k tweets. Like you don't have 2 kids. Like you don't live tweet or be chronically online like every single day. And when you're not on Twitter, you're doing a fucking Pikachu cosplay stream. But hey, so, but yeah, Real Mama Eagle being upset at a mom's parenting is like King Von saying end gun violence. Like that's the only equivalent answer to that. But back to the Browns and Shedeur Sanders. I really hope Shedeur is good. Mostly because I literally spent $140 on a jersey of his. So you can understand why I want him to be good this season and want him to be a good player. And I will say this though. I have made tweets and replies like against him because he was a projected number one. He was a projected first round pick, and I don't think he was there at value. But I definitely felt like he was gonna get picked in the first round because there's quarterback needy teams: Giants, Steelers. Yeah, I felt like the Giants or the Steelers could have taken him, and they didn't. Because it wasn't about the value. It was about like what teams needed. And like it wasn't a big quarterback class. Like I feel bad for Cam Ward and how least talked about he is. He should definitely be talked about more. I think he's gonna be a really good player. I feel bad for him being overshadowed by Mel Kiper pitching after every pick. But yeah, man, I just hope he gets a chance. At least a chance, and I hope he does well. Because it seems like the team's against him. It seems like the organization's against him. And honestly, it looks like it's intentional. I'll give Shedeur one thing though. He looks like he has matured, even if he sped 2 times. Like he sped 2 times. Like okay, shouldn't do that again. But I'll give you one thing. Speeding 2 times is better than doing it to Deshaun Watson. So I think we can all agree with that. But I think he's matured really well, and I applaud him for that. And you know, like Shedeur Sanders becoming a Brown and my distance toward him, like who am I to be? Why should I hate on this? I should just embrace it. Throwing up the wrists, throwing up the wrist. I'm sorry. It's fun. It's fun. I'm not gonna lie. Sure, it could be like immature or a taunt or like has no place in our game or something like that, but it's fun, man. I'm sorry. It's fun. Like even his song Perfect Timing is good, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, again, I just hope he gets a chance. And and this is probably the most excited I have been for a preseason game in forever, probably most all time, simply because of the quarterback situation at hand. No quarterback situation. Harold Fant Jr., a tight end, Mason Graham, other rookies on the team. I mean, like Shedeur is going to face starters because Dave Canales, the Panthers head coach, said they're going to play him. But yeah, Shedeur, I really hope he does well. And yeah, man, God help this team. And I've grown. I mean, being a Browns fan makes me realize like how grateful I am of being a Buckeyes fan. But for the love of God, Ryan Day, please, please let Ryan Day beat Michigan so my friend Darius can shut the fuck up. Please. Like your job is safe until the game. But we got Jeremiah Smith. As long as you throw the ball to him every single play, we'll be fine. But whatever, that was off topic. But yeah, I'm gonna hope to try to get this out before Friday's game, whether I try to edit or not. But yeah, hoping that Shedeur does well. I'm hoping that Tyler Huntley looks well. I hope everybody who plays, I hope every Browns player on the preseason game does well, because that's all that matters. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I just felt like I needed to talk about sports. Maybe I can make money off this, but I don't know. God bless.